you're primarily known as a rapper. Did you start doing that in high school?
Um, kind of. I remember I had I would write poems a lot. I would give poems to girls like a little fucking fruitcake. And then we had a mixed media art project for alt ed, alternative education English. And it was like you had to make some sort of art out of Shakespeare. And I recorded like a really fucking cringy Shakespeare rap and brought that into the class. And everybody was like, oh, that's so cool because, we're all kids. It fucking sucked. I recorded it into like a little boom box using some headphones as a microphone and the microphone port. It was just really cringy shit. And that was in high school. And then I started going to the studio and recording tracks before I officially dropped out. But I think it was probably the summer of my senior year that I was doing that mostly. And then I dropped out and just kept going to the studio to record music.
Were you going to a professional studio?
Yeah, a friend of mine in high school, his older brother ran a studio, and another friend of mine was doing some like he'd do some janitor work there for some extra bucks, and he'd just come in and clean up the studio and get paid like $60 or something. And he brought me in. He started doing it for studio time, and we were going in and recording little fucking sketches and comedy songs and stuff.
You're 18. You,
Yeah.
you didn't graduate. You later got your GED, but at this point, you're 18. You didn't graduate. I'm guessing you're living at your dad's place.
Yeah.
Um, what were you thinking at that point? What was your move? Like, what were your plans in life? And I'm guessing you're probably around 450 at this time, right? That's probably
Yeah, around there. 400 to 500, somewhere in between there.
Were you
Um,
able? Were you fit? I mean, you seem pretty nimble, but that's
yeah,
quite
I
a
was.
size. Were you even able to like take like normal like manpower type jobs and stuff like that? Were you
Um,
disabled at all or
at
anything?
the
Like,
at the time, I was delivering pizzas. I think around that time, I was a
yeah, me
pizza
too.
delivery guy for Domino's, and before that, I started working in telemarketing when I was 14. I would go and do telemarketing, and I'd make like a weekend job and make a bunch of money and go buy magic cards and shit with it. I did that up until I was like 18, and then 18 to 19, I did pizza delivery. And then because I was at the studio all the time and I had learned digital editing, video production stuff, I started working at the studio making like show flyers, album covers, and stuff for people. So ended up just working in there for quite a few years, just making digital stuff for artists. Like $60, $100, $150, $300 for a website type of thing. Just consistent gigs.
Okay, so at what age did you start getting into the internet?
I was always kind of in the internet from like before I even had the internet at home. I was doing it at school, and I was like learning like HTML, GeoCities web creation at school and stuff. And I was getting into all the video production, Photoshop classes and stuff. I was taking all the computer tech stuff in the high school, and then I got computer internet at home, and I just kept working with like a Macromedia Suite, Flash, Adobe, and all that stuff, and teaching myself how to do that. At the time, I wanted to be a professional wrestler since I was like a little kid, so I was kind of like learning how to edit and promo, and I was on the internet all the time trying to find places to train for wrestling, and I was part of like community boards with pro wrestling, aspiring pro wrestler guys, backyard wrestling guys, stuff like that. And I was trying to work my way into that world, and I think that the music just happened to fall into my lap because it was like the studio basically in my backyard in my city, you know, and I was kind of just had more opportunity there than there was for wrestling at the time, so I kind of switched into the music.